And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben, and this is my review for Netflix's original series called The Chair. Let me know in the comments below, had you even heard of this? Are you excited for this? If you have, do give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I know there's only a small percentage of people who actually subscribe to the content they watch, but right now just hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. It really does help in the analytics, and then if you don't like my content, feel free to thumbs down. But for now, let's jump into it. Dr. Kim navigates her new role as the chair of the English department at prestigious Pembroke University. She is faced with a unique set of challenges as the first woman to chair the department and as one of the few staff members of colour at the university. I had no idea what to expect from this series when I went in. It was nothing like I was expecting. There's 6 episodes and they're half an hour each, so it's very easy to binge watch and just get through all of it. I have to say, I was very impressed with this show when I got to the end. It reminded me a lot of series like The West Wing. I don't think it quite reaches the heights of the really polished dialogue and narrative and storytelling that has been tried and tested over like 6-7 series from The West Wing or Newsroom, but it definitely has a feel like that. If you take bits of The West Wing, you take bits of The Good Wife, and you stick it in a university and you add all the politics and the stuff that's going on now, that this show is definitely kind of shining a light on, you know, the first woman of color as the dean. And I know there's going to be people saying, well, this is a woke series. It isn't like that. It's shining a light of things that needed to be changed for a long time, like the way they teach. There's a whole alumni of I guess professors that have been doing their jobs for 30-40 years, and they haven't changed their syllabus and they haven't changed with the times at all, and where some things are just fantastic and are things that we should probably never change, there are some things that it focuses on that probably need to be changed, and so it picks elements up as these older professors are in a world that seems to have changed without them, and they haven't conformed to that, and so they're stuck. It feels like a fish out of water for students with the professors, and professors with the students. And then we see in amongst that there are some protagonists that are just broken. You know, we get to see a bit about how their lives are affected by their daily lives, and then they've got to come and teach, and then they've got to put up with things where they say certain things in class to get students to kind of be really creative. You know, it's a lot of the series to do is like creative writing, English literature, poems, that sort of thing. And when you say one thing with the way society is now, there's an example where kids, young students will film and they take a bit out of context and they change it, but the way it intertwines the relationships, I think, is what keeps this grounded. I was very much engaged by probably the 3rd episode. It took me a couple of episodes to get into this, to kind of find out what this series was going to be, how it was trying to really get the viewer engaged. I think for the most part it definitely leans on our main protagonist. You would have seen her in Killing Eve, and I think she's fantastic in that. Grey's Anatomy, for those who love Grey's Anatomy, you'll recognize again one of your favorite actresses. There are a number of actors in this that really shine. Sandra Oh and Duplass, both are fantastic, and they have this kind of relationship that builds over the 6 episodes and goes through a cornucopia of things, and kind of get you interested into seeing how the story will reflect. Even the young girl, that young actress in this, she's excellent, and each really shines a light on culture as well and how that goes into it. I thought the dialogue in this was particularly strong. It was really well done. You believe what people are going through. It feels like almost you're a fly on the wall watching stuff happen, and you get somewhat frustrated because I think it will pull from many genres where people believe certain things. You know, many walks of life. There's an amalgamation of storylines, or also age demographics and culture that this will appeal to, and some people will probably get triggered and like, yes, these students, they're not taking things seriously. No one likes to read anymore. It does kind of pick on these themes and how you deal with actually teaching students in the light of a changing culture, but how much you should maybe stick to what you know. You know, there is a really fine balance, and then it may be saying something out of left field that it can be misconstrued outside of it or picked at, and so these themes are constantly being picked at and just a little bit added in here for context. I think if you watch it a couple of times, you will see that there's more layers to this. Although I don't think it quite reaches those depths as, like I was mentioning earlier, from the West Wing newsroom. Although if we get a second and third season or fourth, I'm hoping that it will get there. For the most part, this is a contained story, so we don't really need another season. If it picks up some hype, I'm hoping it will get, because all the acting in this is really great. The story kind of does engross you. It is funny at times, but in a really harsh kind of life sort of way. The filmmaking, there wasn't anything that stood out for me and goes, that's amazing. But maybe that's a good thing, because if it doesn't stand out or there's nothing that's messed up, that means that, it's just quality. I think it flies past really quickly because of the half an hour segments, and by the time you hit the end, you're like, I kind of enjoyed that. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that. And I think it leaves you wanting more. It's kind of true British story amount of episodes. Doesn't do like the 10 episodes or the 20-hour long episode series. There's 6 sharp, short, to the point. No making you go, oh, I wish they would just skip the scene. It's just exactly what they want is in this show. And that gives you some... I guess it gives you a little bit of, oh, maybe they rushed it a little bit, or maybe we could have had more, but it also leaves you wanting more. And that's a really good place to leave you as an audience. So I enjoyed this. I'm going to give this a solid B+. Let me know in the comments below, have you heard of this? Do you like the actors in this? I thought some of the acting moments were great. They were like golden nuggets in amongst each episode. And sometimes you would just like laugh out loud or be on certain characters' sides, if that makes sense. Sometimes you choose a character that you're just like, yeah, you're kind of the underdog, or you're the character I'm liking most in this series, and you're rooting for them to win at life, and that's kind of what you get in this series. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, it really does help. You can leave me a thumbs up, and I'll chat to you in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday. Oh, this comes out August the 20th, so I've got early screens for this. I just thought I would get it out to you as soon as possible. Put it on your radar. Again, toodles.